Hello students, I welcome you all to this video lecture on procedure and incidence of GST. In this video, we will be discussing illustration 15 which was asked in 2019 by Mangalore University for MCOM students. Shri Ramesh imported goods for rupees 10,000 and incurred expenses to produce saleable goods. Basic customs duty at 10% was chargeable on imported goods. See here, have they mentioned that this 10,000 includes basic customs duty? No, they haven't. That means it is our duty to include that basic customs duty first. Before doing any further computations, first we have to add basic customs duty. Okay, only then we have to proceed. These manufactured goods were sold within the state at 45,000 plus applicable GST within the state. So CGST and SGST will be applicable. 6% each is mentioned. This is very important. Some of the students, you commit a mistake here. What do you do is, you feel 6% is the total GST and then you will divide. Don't do that. They have mentioned this word each is important here. So 6% each. That means you need not do anything. Take 6% for CGST, take 6% for SGST. Compute cost, sale value and tax payable for the transaction. Here, because they have given the product that has been purchased and it includes basic customs duty and also he has paid IGST on that particular case, what we have to do is, we have to also claim input tax credit in this particular case. So I would suggest you to first go through the videos that I have uploaded on the topic input tax credit, finish them, then come back to this last question, 15th illustration of the chapter 3. It will be more useful and you will understand that in greater detail. So let us take all the items one by one. I'll just make sure you have everything on screen first. Imported cost of goods, net of taxes and duties. Nothing is included here, 10,000, but we know that basic customs duty should be included. So 10% on 10,000 is 1,000. So what is the cost of goods available to Ramesh after the customs duty has been paid? 11,000. What is the rate at which he is selling it? 45,000. He has added his own value. That is, he has changed that, converted that raw material or goods into final product. So 45,000. So what is the profit margin or the value added? It's not 34,000. Full 34,000 is not the profit margin. He has his profit and also other expenses that he has incurred. So totally that is 34,000. Selling price is 45,000. On this selling price 45,000, we have to compute CGST, SGST. 45,000 into 6% is 2,700. So 2,700 CGST, 2,700 SGST. So total GST payable will be 5,400. So please remember that what they have mentioned here, this is important. See, 45,000 plus applicable rate of GST. So 45,000 is his value, 5,400 is the GST applicable. So total value or invoice after, obviously any bill which is given to the customer will be after including the tax. So after the tax is included, the amount or the sales value or invoice value will be 50,400. Now let us go through what you have to pay to the government. So first, output tax, we have already computed 2,700 under CGST, 2,700 under SGST, and under IGST you need not pay anything. But because you have imported, because you have got products, raw materials, you will have to pay IGST on that. Yes or no? 11,000 is the cost. On that you will have to pay 12%. How did you get to know 12%? Because the similar product, when you sell in India, it attracts 12%. So when you import a similar product from outside India, IGST will also be the same. So when you do that, what happens is, so 2700 you have to pay under CGST, 2700 you have to pay under SGST. Under IGST you have a input tax credit of 1300. What is the implication? You can claim that 1320 directly from CGST, and when you claim that, you'll get net tax payable, that is 2700 minus 1320. The amount payable under CGST is 1380 and under SGST is 2700. One of the important doubts many students have asked me is the way in which IGST has to be set off against CGST and SGST. They have told, sir, in many problems you have divided the IGST into half. In many problems you have directly given IGST to one particular type of GST, that is CGST or SGST. Why is it so? See, one thing the government has made clear is, first and foremost, IGST should be set off. The electronic credit ledger of input tax credit of IGST should be cleared first. That means whatever credit is available under IGST, that should be deducted first. But what is not mentioned is the proportion in which you can divide. That is, you can go for 50-50%. You can say, I will give all of it to CGST and remaining whatever is there we will look at it later, or I will give all of it to SGST and we will look at it later. So what is important? Whatever amount is available as credit under IGST, that should be cleared off first. That should be emptied. That is most important, not the proportion in which you are giving. If you want to divide this 1320 into half and give 660 to CGST, 660 to SGST, not a problem, you can do that. If you want to give full amount to 1320 to CGST, you can do that also. That's also not a case of issue. What is important? This amount which is available as credit should be very important. I'll repeat once again, it should be cleared off first. Only then, if other type of GST, that is CGST, SGST, in that case credit is available, only then you have to go for deducting those. So by this we come to an end of chapter 3, procedure and incidence of tax, GST. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey. Thank you.